If you're enjoying the show and you'd like to get more, maybe you want to get bonus episodes, maybe you want to get episodes early, maybe you'd like to join monthly video hangouts with me, Jeff, and other fans of the show, the way to find out how to do that is to go to patreon.com/wehaveconcerns. It's unbelievable. Anyway, if you make HDR TVs and you want to sponsor this podcast, we don't really do advertising, but give us HDR TVs.
Please.
This is We Have Concerns. Hi, Jeff Cannata.
Hi, Anthony Carboni.
Hello, concerned citizens.
I want to ask you a question, Anthony.
I would love to answer that question for you.
This is something I just do not understand.
Okay.
Are you or have you ever been
A communist?
one of those people that tries to stop yourself from sneezing?
Depends on the situation, Jeff.
Depends on the situation. There's
Sure.
ever a situation where you think it's inappropriate to sneeze?
Okay, I'll give you one right now. You bring little baby Kylo over,
Oh,
and you're holding
right.
little baby Kylo's in his stroller.
Yeah.
And he's asleep, and I lean over to look at your adorable little baby Kylo.
Yeah.
You want me to stifle that sneeze. You don't want me sneezing into my elbow.
Just turn away.
Sneezes come up quick, and you react as fast as you can with whatever your body says is the correct reaction.
I mean, I guess you picked the one weird edge case that it makes any kind of sense.
One weird trick to get Jeff to agree with you.
Yeah.
Put his son in danger.
That's
That's
true.
if you want to get Jeff to agree with you guys, kidnap his son.
Yeah.
I've done it, and now I have a hit podcast.
Someday, if we get enough episodes in the can, you'll give me my son
I will
back.
give you my boy, my son. I think I usually do the elbow,
Yeah.
the vampire cough, the vampire sneeze. That's
Yeah.
what I go for, but I don't try to stifle one. Oh, if I'm recording something, I'll try. Like if we were
Yeah, I
doing,
guess.
if I had to sneeze right now, I would try to stifle it rather than sneeze.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I get joy out of sneezing.
Oh.
I do. I get joy out of letting it just rip.
Are you one of those people that considers a sneeze like somewhere on the orgasm scale? Not actually
I've
an
heard that
orgasm,
before.
but
Yeah,
like
like
if
1/5 of an orgasm.
Yeah,
or
like if an
something.
orgasm is a 10 on the pleasure scale, then a sneeze is like a 1 or a 2.
I mean, I guess if we're just talking pleasure scale, I do get pleasure out of it.
Like
but
the involuntary body shudder pleasure scale.
I mean, there's
sneeze
no-
is probably number 1.
there's no universe where I'm comparing a sneeze to an orgasm.
No.
But yeah, I mean, I guess I get actual pleasure about that release, and the idea of trying to put anything in the way of that just is anathema to me. It's anathema
you're
to
a
my
pervert.
anasthema.
Because you're a damn pervert.
I guess I want to get a little fifth
One
of
of
an
those
orgasm.
sneeze
You know,
perverts.
5 sneezes and
Is one
and
orgasm.
and I spew.
Every time I sneeze, I punch a little card.
Your
When I
fifth
get
one-
to
your
the fifth
one's
one,
free.
and it's
by
sexual
free, I
pleasure.
mean orgasm.
But no, I don't try to stifle sneezes.
Well,
Why?
Here's a story sent to us by who else? The Mighty Eagle.
The Mighty Eagle, Catherine Tuck.
Thank you, Catherine. She sent this to wehaveconcernshow@gmail.com.
That's a great place to send stories.
There's also other places, Anthony.
Tell me more.
Well, you can post them on our subreddit,
Yeah,
which is wehaveconcerns.reddit.com.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
And the old Facebook group.
Facebook.com/groups/we have concerns.
Yeah. This is a story about stifling a sneeze, which is not easy to say. And this is about how doctors have proclaimed it's not good. It's real not good. It's
Because
don't
your
do it.
eyeballs pop out.
Your eyeballs pop out, they roll around the floor, and then you watch yourself sneeze. And the most horrible thing you can imagine is watching a human being sneeze.
Mhm. It's like 1/5 of being beheaded on a guillotine.
Exactly.
And looking up and seeing your own body in the guillotine. It's,
5 stifled sneezes
yeah.
is like one beheading.
So
No, this is.
Did you ever hear that when you were a kid? If you tried to hold a sneeze, your eyeballs would pop out.
I never did hear that one.
I heard your eyeballs would pop out. I believed that one for about 2 days. I think when I was 5. And then the one that I heard when I was older is you'll pop your eardrum,
Well, this is
which
about
I don't believe can be true at all.
pop your eardrum.
Yeah.
I can pop your eardrum right now.
No, but not with a sneeze. Like by holding in a sneeze.
Oh, I thought you didn't think it was possible to
What
pop
are you,
an eardrum.
the reverse Black Bolt?
Yeah, man. I'll just pop that eardrum right now. Just come over here for 1 second. Let me pop your eardrum.
You're just one of the Inhumans, and your power is when you're silent, people's eardrums pop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Luckily, I'm never silent.
It's one way to look at it.
So no, this is about at least one documented case of an otherwise healthy 34-year-old man in the UK. He closed his mouth and plugged his nose while sneezing, which
do it.
Why the fuck do you do that?
To stop the spread of germs around and stuff, Jeff.
He's trying to be a good person, you're saying?
Some people are just trying to be a good person.
Well, guess what he got for his troubles? No good deed goes unpunished.
His eardrum popped. Don't tell me his eardrum popped.
No, he ruptured his pharynx.
Oh, the riddle of the pharynx.
The riddle is a rupture, it turns out. Yes, a scan of the man's. Well, what happened was,
and not for me, but for people who don't know, what's a pharynx? Not for me.
Right, not of course, not
no,
for
but
you.
for people listening that don't know.
It is.
Some people know what a larynx is, but not a pharynx. Some people are like that, and not me. I know what both are. I host a science podcast. I know what both are.
It's the back of the throat. It's so adjacent to your larynx.
It's a reverse larynx.
Yeah,
it's a 180 reverse pop shove it larynx. Got it. Go
exactly. On. So he was barely able to speak or swallow and was in considerable pain. He went to the hospital and his neck had become swollen.
Oh my God. How swollen?
Not good. Like,
oh no!
Yeah. So when doctors who examined him heard popping and crackling sounds in his neck.
No snapping?
All the way down to his ribcage. Yeah, he was 2/3 of the way to a breakfast cereal. And a scan showed the man's sneeze had inadvertently created a tear in his pharynx at the back of the throat.
And the space-time continuum.
Yeah. You don't want
just
that.
Versions of himself sneezing.
Over and over.
In hundreds of different universes.
He had to be tube fed at the hospital.
No!
Given intravenous antibiotics for 7 days.
Hold
Sneeze, dude.
No.
You can't contain a sneeze.
I mean...
You can't stop a sneeze. You can only hope to contain it, but you can't even contain it.
So, this is a really edge case, though, right? People are holding back sneezes every day.
It does say that a spontaneous rupture of your pharynx is rare.
Yeah.
But it happened to this dude, and it can happen if you try to contain your sneeze. Don't contain it. Listen, let my son have your germs. Don't protect him and rupture your pharynx, bro.
Well, I also believe that you shouldn't protect babies from germs at all.
Right.
I think we should raise
the better.
The more germs, the better, because then, I mean, they become really sickly Victorian era babies.
Right.
But then when they get older, like, what's going to make them sick?
Yeah.
Nothing.
And also, they usually become artists or some kind of
fops.
Yeah.
Some sort of
a delightful fop.
Witty fops.
Yeah. They're slight and they, for some reason, dress better.
Yeah. Maybe with those floppy bow ties. Who knows? A high collar. Yeah. They live in a secret garden.
It's all great.
It's wonderful.
That's why I take my son on tours of
Jeff,
hospitals.
Can I tell you something? Can I be real with you?
Please.
When I was a youth and I would read tales like The Secret Garden or other things about kind of like sickly shut-in children in like the Victorian era.
Uh-huh.
I was kind of jealous of them.
You wanted to be them?
I kind of wanted to be like
because all that idle time they had?
A sickly, sensitive reading boy who stayed inside. Like, that's kind of what I wanted out of life.
It tracks.
But like, yeah, but people were okay with it because like, oh, his condition.
Right.
Whereas like when I tried to stay inside and avoid people.
Excuse.
I wanted the excuse. Not just the excuse, but the adulation for it. You know what I mean? Like,
he's doing exactly what he should be doing right now.
This is what we need out of him. This is what we want out of him. This is what is best for him.
Instead of, why is that Carboni boy not coming outdoors?
Go outside and climb a tree. And I was like, why would I do that? Why on earth would I do that?
Because you're perfectly healthy. That's why. There's literally nothing wrong with you.
Beg to differ.
Yeah.
Beg to differ. I think probably I've lost the use of my legs.
They're fine. Look. See? They move when I hit them.
Well, that's involuntary nervous response. Let me read this book, please. Just don't make me talk to other children, please. There was something about it because also those novels romanticize that sort of thing. That's the whole point of them, right? Yeah. So I just was like, man, if I could just stay inside,
I could just be
blanket over my lap, coughing gently into a handkerchief. Maybe a little bit of blood, but just a spot.
Right,
or
just
two.
for color.
Just for color.
Just for a pop of color.
Just for drama. You know what I mean? Just for a little bit of drama. And then just sit inside and read my stories.
You're like Ferris Bueller's Day Off if by day off he just wanted to stay inside and read.
Well, I'll tell you this, Jeff. If he had, he would have had a much easier day. That's what I took away from it.
Ferris Bueller's Week Indoors.
Ferris Bueller's relaxing day inside. That's the movie I want to see.
Yeah.
Doesn't hang Cameron out to dry, I'll tell you that much.
That's true.
Come on.
He's just delightfully reading for hours. That's I think that's called The Never-Ending Story. That's what that is.
No, but at the end, he has to interact with a magical world, and that's just too much responsibility.
Yeah.
I'm
Stay
telling
in
you,
the attic.
the most I want to do is cough into a handkerchief in an attic, Jeff. That's all I'm saying.
You're a simple man with simple
I'm
joys.
a simple man. I just want to be consumptive.
This is a horror tale, though.
This is a horror tale. So,
and you've seen those people. I've seen those people stop a sneeze.
yeah.
And now I have to be aware that I'll have to do some sort of emergency tracheotomy.
Now-
are you prepared to use a Bic pen to perform an emergency tracheotomy
Oh my God,
on a
all my
ruptured
life.
pharynx?
All my life.
Yeah, I mean, it's
It's
just
all I've wanted.
Number 2 thing after being consumptive.
That's the problem is my dreams are in competition with one another. I never want to go outside. I want to have a blanket over my lap and I want to be in a Victorian era wheelchair reading my novels. But
But can
also,
people come
I
to
want to
you?
be trapped in an elevator with somebody who needs a pen in their fucking throat. I want to be that guy.
Yeah.
You do the pen and then the straw.
But don't you have to suck? Don't you? Doesn't it?
No, that's snake poisoning.
But I would imagine when you put the pen in and it immediately causes air to go through it. Don't you have to suck some shit out of there? Because
So-
I feel like the pen.
No, the pen makes a hole, and because what happens is there's blockage
Right.
between the sinuses and the nasal cavity.
Right.
So they can't breathe through their nose and their mouth.
Right.
So what you have to do is you poke a hole in the throat.
Yeah.
And then you put the straw in to focus it, right, and keep it open.
But how do you get the straw in without getting matter in the straw? Like
I don't know,
neck
man.
matter.
I don't know because I've never gotten to experience it.
I feel like you're going to have a real disappointment when you are forced to suck some stuff out of that straw.
I don't think you're forced to suck anything out of the straw. I think you're
Saying it's more of a blow
I
situation?
think you're conflating two things, is what I'm saying.
You like propel air through the straw so that it.
You're conflating, and what you want to be doing is inflating, Jeff. Got it?
I think so.
Now, with this guy and his sneeze,
Yeah.
was it
Man and his
because
sneeze.
he specifically held his nose and mouth shut?
Yeah. He didn't let any of the pressure release anywhere.
'Cause
It
when
was
I- 'cause when
forced
I
down to
hold-
his pharynx.
Gotcha. Because when I hold, I do the, nothing
Yeah.
gets covered. I just do the.
Yeah, but doesn't that feel awful? It feels awful.
It doesn't feel great. But let me tell you this, Jeff. If we assume that the sneeze is on the bodily pleasure orgasm scale down at the bottom,
Yeah.
would holding your sneeze in, be in sort of like that
sting thing?
S&M scale?
Oh, yeah, like
Little pain.
autoerotic sneeze asphyxiation.
You into a little bit of the rough stuff, a little bit of the withholding pleasure, a little bit of that sort of thing. Maybe holding in a sneeze is that for you.
Maybe.
Who knows? People can be
Maybe.
into whatever they're into, and
I'm
I
not
hope
into
that they are.
We're not going to sneeze shame here.
No, God, no. That's not what we do.
Can I tell you something a little disgusting?
I would love for you to do so.
Sometimes when I have a head cold
Mm-hmm.
and I'm really congested, I'll use the power of a sneeze to propel more mucus out of my nose.
That's what it's for, baby.
Isn't that great?
That's what the sneeze
when
is.
you really can't blow your nose hard enough, but then you get that sneeze, you feel that tickle of the sneeze coming on, and you use that sneeze and you force it all out the nose,
Yeah.
and then you get like an entire Kleenex box worth of snot in one go.
Oh, that's the gold medal, baby.
Yeah, you did it.
That's what it is.
You're live again.
If you can do that, that's achievement unlocked.
Yeah.
What is the average thing that happens? What I would like to know
Average
is,
thing?
yeah.
You're gonna risk it because of the averages?
No,
I'm
no.
saying this is possible. You want to risk your pharynx health for this?
I mean, you just 5 seconds ago you said you weren't going to sneeze shame anybody. Now, here's what's up. You're just a performative ally. That's your problem. Now, here's what's up. I just want to know if there is if people naturally hold in their sneezes or they habitually hold in their sneezes. is there some sort of like average amount of damage or damage that happens over time? Do we know? Like, is there something that
I don't think that
could you be wearing down the internal machinery somehow?
I don't think that's the case. I think this is more like a little explosion that can either screw you up or not.
Yeah, that's what in French, it's the little explosion.
Yeah, they call it le petit explosion.
Yep.
The thing, though, is that you're risking it every time.
Yeah.
You're rolling the dice every time.
Maybe you just live a life of danger. Danger and respect for other people. Oh, here's another one.
I don't
Crowded
think
train, Jeff. We're
let
not
it go. Let it fly. Come
wow.
on. Hand over mouth. I'm not saying don't block the propulsion of germs.
Here's what's up. Crowded train, I'm strap hanging with one hand. I got the other hand like holding on to my bag.
Oh man, there's always ways.
I don't know. I think one of the ways is just to hold your sneeze in, dude, and you got to be cool with that.
I am not cool with
and if
you
somebody's
trying to...
willing to take that risk for society,
you're saying they're a hero. I'm saying they're a fool. I'm saying they are.
Sometimes, Jeff, it's both. Sometimes they are one and the same.
The heroes are the fools.
In cases, Jeff, you have to be a little bit foolhardy, I think, to be a hero.
I don't think
to rush in where others would not.
I have
to hold in where others would rush.
I have to say, I'm
to listen to Rush's 2112.
Boy, you're really still going.
I don't know why.
I'm shocked and appalled that the message anyone would come away from this episode with is that it's a heroic act to hold in a sneeze.
I think this is a freak. I think maybe this was a weak, consumptive British lad, like in the novels. And he was sitting in his ornate wheelchair reading his stories, and he tried to hold in a sneeze because he had seen one of the stronger lads do it, and perhaps he was told many times.
As he looked out his window and they were playing down below.
Yeah, they were just climbing trees.
Said, oh, look. It's
playing stick and hoop.
It's little Billy, and oh my God, he looks like he's about to sneeze. Yes, definitely he's going to sneeze. He stopped the sneeze. Someday I'll be like Billy. Someday I'll have the power and energy to stop a sneeze.
And then he tried. And it was bad. And I think that's probably what happened.
And the true irony was then he had to do the tracheotomy to himself.
But he learned how because he sat inside and read all the time, Jeff.
Wow.
That's the thing.
Good for
Just
him.
let people sit inside and read. That's the takeaway that I have.
Just let the boys read.
Let the boys read. Let the boys read. That's the lesson here.
Right. Nothing about sneezing. It's all about reading. I don't know how this happened.
What is the sneeze etiquette of the concerned citizens listening? I wonder.
Yeah.
Are they sneeze holders? Are they vampire sneezers?
What's a vampire sneezer?
Into the
when
you do it into the crook of your elbow because it's like Dracula pulling up his cape. They call it the vampire cough or the vampire sneeze.
All right.
Or are you do you always have tissues on you? Some people are just really prepared. What's your sneeze etiquette?
Yeah.
How you sneezing? 2018. How you sneezing? And you can just let us know on Twitter. I'm at @Carboni.
I'm at Jeff Canada.
And you can hashtag those how you sneezing.
How you sneezing?
And we'll do some of the best ones, I think, on our videos that we're making every week now.
Wait, we're making videos every week now?
Yeah, every week now on our YouTube channel, which I don't know what the short link is on YouTube, but I will create a link that is wehaveconcerns.com/YouTube. You can go see that. We're going to be checking out some of your comments, some of your reviews, some of the things that are going on in the Facebook group and the subreddit. So come watch those. We'll figure out what day. You can hashtag those. How you sneezing?
How you sneezing?
And send them to us on Twitter. I'm at @Carboni.
I'm at Jeff Canada.
And we will look at some of the best ones and put them up in our videos that we're doing on our YouTube channel now.
We're doing videos on our YouTube channel
now? Air horn.
Meow, 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 meow.
That's right. We are going to be taking a look at some of the best comments, hashtag responses, posts on the Facebook group, and things that are going on in the subreddit. And we're going to be talking about them every week on Monday on our YouTube channel. I don't know what the link to that is yet, but I will create a link that is wehaveconcerns.com/YouTube, and that will work.
Right.
And so go.
So it sounds like you do know what the link is.
I don't know what the actual link is. Google obfuscates it from me. It's OPSEC. My optics. I don't know. Wehaveconcerns.com/YouTube every Monday.